Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bloody Good Football here on the United by Football YouTube channel, brought to you by the LAC studios here in Moorebank. I'm Abz.
And I'm Tom Abz. Wow, first of all, happy Easter to everyone that celebrates. I hope it was a good time with family and friends, and hopefully not too much chocolate like I have. I can see the bee belly's coming, or the chocolate belly, Abdul, I believe. First of all, Abdul, how was your break? Did you enjoy it? Happy holidays to yourself and the family.
Christos Senesti, mate.
Thank you, Abdul. I appreciate that.
I don't think that's the right.
No, that's the Orthodox.
I think that's Greek.
Is that?
Yeah, it's Greek.
He's a very well-versed man.
Svetan.
Svetan, yeah.
Svetan Bozic.
Christmas.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Svetan Uskok.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Uskris.
Svetan
Uskris to all our Croatian followers.
Svetan Uskris. It was close enough. Happy Easter to you too, Tommy. It was nice seeing you today.
That's good. Abdul, we might as well kick off with today. Wow. Ignore the result. Ignore whatever side you wanted. Derby football in the NPL with a crowd of just over 3,500. Beautiful things to see.
Oh, yeah. Look, I think, as I quote the great Falcon, football isn't dead. You're just looking in the wrong place. I think that's what he said, or something along the line there.
Sorry, Falcon. Please send the lawsuits.
Is it football isn't dead? You just look, you know.
I'll entertain the fans. Sydney United won in the derby, Abdul, 1-0 against Marconi. Marconi, a valiant effort, but United, they were so strong. And that second half, they came out, Abdul, and they came out with such intent. And I think they just completely overrun Marconi.
Australian football isn't dead. You're just looking in the wrong places. That was the quote. And yeah.
It's sort of personified today.
Yeah, bro. Look, like, whether you like these clubs, you don't like these clubs, I don't really care at this point. The NPL has grown over the last few years. The relevance of the NPL has definitely grown, and I think these two clubs have very much been the embodiment of it. Now, I know Marconi at times cop a lot of flack in terms of they don't necessarily get a crowd, but boy, does credit where credit's due, that name carries a lot.
Of course.
For example, even at SD Raiders, when we know that we're playing Marconi, you know it's a big game, you know it's a derby. When Sydney United take on Marconi, you know it's a derby, you have to be there. And you know, credit to them, credit to Sydney United. Always bring a crowd, whether that's at home, whether it's away. You know, even when they came and played at Ernie Smith Reserve, they packed out half that side. And credit to the fans as well. They spent a fair bit at the canteen and the bar as well.
Good on.
They know how to create an atmosphere. Yeah, and you know, for all the flack that they cop, you got to give them credit where credit's due. And today, like you said, was the embodiment of it. You had the SUS basically covering that whole end. You had fans wrapped around. You had the legends of the club as well sitting up in the stands.
That's what I really enjoyed, Abdul. It was a really good give back moment.
Yeah.
And obviously, as football, I like to put it in this, not just football, but in life. In the first part of your life, you learn.
Yeah.
You learn about life, how to go, etc. Second part of your life, you earn.
Yeah.
You earn your stripes, you earn your money. And the third part of life, you return.
Yeah.
So you learn, you earn, you return. And that's the definition of what happened today with Ron Connie.
Yeah.
Tony Popovic, Mark Ruden, Luka Glavaš, Tomi Uskok, Peter Markovic. Learn the football at the club.
Yeah.
They earned their stripes at the club. And then they gave back today. And it was just incredible to see. So many legends. And United did that at the start of the year. But as a proud United local since I was young, and so many people in that source that obviously you know and you respect and you're mates with, it's something special there. 9 for 9, Abdul. This is the greatest start the club has ever been through. And they've tied the record for the New South Wales NPL men's competition one.
And I think, you know, for all the criticism that the club has copped over the 8 wins prior to this game, and people saying that, oh, you know, they've got unlucky or they've, you know, haven't played anyone. I think today was that win where it was like, okay, you know, they fought for it. They showed, okay, they're that side this year. And Marconi, for all I thought, were going to come and take something from that game. They have been that side all season, sorry. They've beaten St. George when they hadn't conceded a goal all season. And then they went to play the Wanderers the week after, who had gone through on the trot.
Thumped Rockdale, and Rockdale were no pushovers this year either.
Yeah, and it goes to show you that, you know, credit to Peter, credit to Flea, credit to the coaching side and the team over there. You know, they're a class above a lot of this league.
They are, Abdul. And the one thing that you can say from Marconi is so valiant. The way they kept fighting with Norwich at the back wall, that's a defence that's a centre-back partnership that any team in that league would take any day of the week. But from a United standpoint, that attack is no pushover either. Jesic, Busek, Sekenis, Sunday Yona off the bench.
Yeah.
And McGinn, Vestelitsa, Tilo, Krilic when he came on, giving bodies water. The boys were dying on the floor, Abdul.
Yeah.
Getting in front of shots. Pavlicic was immense. It was incredible to see. Then United really fought for that, and I think they shut up their haters and the critics in that last 15. Because United, Marconi were coming.
Yeah, look, Marconi had their chances. Probably could have pulled one or two away. United also had the same in the first half, but it was one moment. It was literally one moment.
Beautiful delivery by Wells.
And it was a set piece.
Beautiful delivery by Wells.
And I think when it comes to the competition, when it comes to this season looking forward, it's those two teams. As much as I want St. George FC to be that team until they get their players back, because they are missing 5-6 key players at the moment. I think it's Marconi and Sydney United and Apia. I think we can't forget about Apia.
Can never.
Because they just look, that next level.
Yeah.
But look, the other game we went to this week at the MPL, ST Raiders against Wollongong Wolves, Martin Fernandez, or as the commentator said, Martin Hernandez.
It is Fernandez.
It is Fernandez. Scored an absolute banger. Marty's a top player when it comes to technical ability.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Does he make the Wanderers start 11?
Martin Fernandez? Probably at this point, yeah. You'd have to ask Ufuk Talay.
Just a crazy statement. I don't think he does any worse.
No,
genuinely. He's so technical on the ball.
Bro,
so technical on the ball.
That's why I've said weeks ago, I said that the Wanderers would literally probably be better off right now playing Lual, Abdul Rahman and Jai Rose as a front three.
We'll get to the Wanderers. Rose look good.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's sad. But back to SD, sorry to get it distracted. They deserve more from that game.
Oh, without a doubt. And they had the better of the chances. Unfortunately, when it came down to that mistake, I felt bad for Will because he's worked hard for his position and he's been amazing over the last few weeks. One moment obviously cost us in the end. It finished 1-1.
Yep.
But credit to the boys. And I was talking to Goz after the game. Mate, Noah Chianese, sorry if I keep mispronouncing his name, Chianese. I call him Chianese. Deserves the biggest of, applauds when it comes to the way he plays within this side.
I agree because obviously working with SD as we do myself and you get to know the boys, get to know the ins and outs of the club, and wonderful club it is. Wonderful club it is. Got to get down to Ernie Smith guys one day. It's incredible. Speaking to Noah, the way he carries himself, a veteran of that squad.
Yeah.
A veteran, one of the senior figures. I believe he's only
29.
29, so still in his prime, Noah. But on his own accord, I don't think he expected to be playing the amount of minutes that he has. And how he goes for 90 minutes sometimes, for 80 minutes, 85 minutes, pressing that, I've never seen a brother press like him.
Yeah, bro. And I think a lot of people, I think even sometimes you get you misinterpret his style of play. Like you look at his style, his size, he's a bit bigger than a few of the boys.
Yeah.
But at the same time, his technical ability precedes everything. And even Goss said it, sometimes you look past a bit of laziness and training because you know what you get out of him in the game. Shout out to Luka Knezevic as well.
What a trainer.
Or as the commentator called him, Luka Knezevic.
Yeah, Knezevic.
Sorry, I don't know who the commentator is, brother, but we'll get there. We'll have a conversation one day.
Okay.
But yeah, look, it's he's been working so hard, and for him to go down the way he did, and
it didn't look pretty.
It didn't look pretty. He was struggling to walk on it.
Yeah. We showed him today, United. He said it's a bit better.
Yeah. But I don't expect to see him in the next week or two.
I don't expect to see him against even on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oscar. I don't expect him to see
100%.
him. Yeah.
But yeah, look.
But they're looking good. The SD Raiders, big improvement.
3 games undefeated.
Finally getting those results as they rightfully have. So
climbing up the table as well. Credit to him. And we move. We've got the Oz Cup game tomorrow against Albion White Eagles, and then we play Marconi on Saturday. Unfortunately, falls the same day as the Sydney Derby. So
and a wedding.
Thomas has to MC.
Shout out Christian. I'm a brate.
Congratulations, Christian. But yeah, let's move on to the Wanderers real quick. 4-0 against Melbourne City. not the way you wanted it to go. Marcus Eunice with 2 assists, 1 goal, 2 yellow cards.
3-0?
No, a 3. I don't know. Well, he had his hand in everything basically. Plus, what was that?
3.
Let's just double check for mob.
Unless I'm lost. 3. In fact, it was 3. If it's 4, it's been such a week. I don't even know.
No, 2. That's 3-0, bro. 2 assists, 1 goal.
3.
Yeah. 2 assists, 1 goal, 2 yellow cards, a red card. Man of the match, and didn't have to play the full game.
Until that extra goal that we conceded might move us up on the table. So don't give us 4. It could be 3. I think we're getting the wooden spoon.
Well, the girls, unfortunately,
No,
I've copped the wooden spoon. It would be a very sad, dark day in the Wanderers' long.
We've never got it. No, I generally think that this might be a year.
You really haven't won anything domestically, have you? Far out. Anyway,
Fuck, it looked bad.
it is.
That first goal that we conceded,
Yeah,
that schoolboy.
yeah.
How Ken, whatever the brother's name is, how he has enough time to take a touch, turn his whole body, and adjust. And you got 6 players there that are just watching.
Yeah.
Where's the passion? Where's the hunger? Where's the desire? Just watch the last 15 minutes of United. That's how you defend. Watch the last 15 minutes of against Wollongong Wolves.
Yeah.
That's how you defend. And that's in the league below.
Yeah, but you said it perfectly.
embarrassing.
You said it perfectly. Melbourne City have everything to play for. They've got a final spot to play for. They win their next game in hand, and they're in the top 6.
But don't we? Shouldn't we? Where's the pride? And, okay, listen, I remember people say, oh, pride for the badge, pride for the... Okay, if you're not growing up in the area, you don't get it, whatever. You're paying for a paycheck, whatever. Where's the pride in yourself? Where's the pride in yourself and your family name to fucking give it all for 3 games left to at least save yourself and get a contract next year? Where's that pride?
Think about it. What if you don't want to be there?
Fuck that. What happens if you go into another club and they look at that game against City? Where's that pride? Where's that pride? Tell me.
Thomas, like
That first goal is embarrassing. To sit there and watch 6 of them just look at the ball is fucked. That's bad. That's really
but
bad.
it's a sign of giving up. And I know you should never give up, but at the same time, what more can they do? They've got a Sydney derby next week, or this week actually. If let's just say you guys go ahead and they show up, hopefully they turn up at Sydney derby. It's your home Sydney derby. You win that game, might give you a push for the last couple of games. But I think the Sydney derby is going to be the perfect platform for the Wanderers to pry something left of what they've got left in the season. I think you look at the last 3 games you've got. I believe it's
Wellington, Sydney, Wellington,
and then victory.
victory.
You win that derby, it's going to give you all the confidence in the world to head into those last 2 games. I know we've said this before, and it hasn't necessarily happened.
Fucking top 6 gone, top 8. There's nothing. You just can't get the spoon. You can't.
Unfortunately, I think it's in your future.
Oh, it's looking like it.
Like, who was it? The Mariners above you?
Everyone's above us, brother.
Who-
Everyone. No, every other team in the A-League's above. You know, Western United have had a better 2026 than we have.
Fair enough. It's Perth Glory. The Wanderers basically need to win 2 out of their last 3 games to save themselves, and that's just saying that Perth Glory and Brisbane Roar don't pick up a single point.
Guys, we're last. It's last. It's happened. Done. Finished.
Like, it is what it is. But on the bright side,
Is there a bright side?
season's almost over.
Thank fuck.
How do you think Talay's going to go next year?
I'll be honest. I'm scared for him. To come in from your rival as a player
Yeah.
is a different story. To come in as a coach, which has never been done before in the club, is scary. You verse FC next season, you lose. Rumours happen. Talks happen. Oh, it's his own team. He fucking let him win. It's a very risky rope that we're, and I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get the appointment. I don't see why you make an announcement 3 weeks out from the season ending. I don't get that. I really don't. It's just weird. I am very concerned for next season. Reason 1, his appointment. It was out of the blue. We were connected with him before he went to FC. I don't know. It's a unique, weird appointment. I get he's a Western Sydney boy.
Yeah.
and we've gotten past the point of Western Sydney signing Western Sydney people. We've gotten past that point. The club has moved past that.
I'll give you my perspective on why I think they've signed.
You think it's going to work? Is that right? Or you
Yes.
think why we hired him?
Here's why I think the Wanderers have hired
Tell
Talay.
me.
I think obviously it didn't work out the way we wanted it to at Sydney FC last year.
Yeah.
He had all these big names,
Big squad.
Douglas Costa, Jololi, Segacic, Wahim in midfield, Leo Senna. We had a lineup and a half. Hayden Matthews at the back. Popovic was probably playing his best football last year as well. Didn't work out. This year, we've had a much younger squad, a lot more youth within that squad. And ultimately, when it comes to performance, he's gotten more out of this squad than he has last year. Now, contrary to public belief, I believe that Talay's best work comes with developing players,
Yeah.
with working with youth. And I think that's the direction the Wanderers want to head. They want to head into a direction where they're bringing in a coach that isn't just dealing with the first 11, but he's dealing with everything else around the academy and
So why is Van Egmond then head of football?
at the moment.
No.
What do you mean? Why is it?
So you got Ninko, you got Dummy, you've got
Because
Van Egmond. They're all around that head of the football.
They
Right?
clearly want a manager to do everything. They clearly want a manager that comes in and does the job of a manager, but also develops the squad and oversees everything to the point where it's seamless from top to bottom.
Yep.
I think they're going to give Talay that role because obviously he's a Western Sydney boy, grew up around there. He's a Turkish lad as well. You know, he understands what it means to be from Western Sydney. Obviously, he played for Sydney FC and, coached Sydney FC.
Yeah.
But I think they're seeing it from that lens. And let's be honest with ourselves. Who else are you going to get? Graham Arnold's not going to come back to the A-League. Because Norbo's, I don't think, a fit for the Wanderers. Like,
No.
I think he's out the door in 18 months or less.
You reckon?
Yeah. It's giving Ruden. Might get results, but might upset everyone else in the meantime. But yeah, look, it is what it is. We move. I think we picked up a draw against who was it earlier this week? Brisbane.
Brisbane, yep.
I think we played Brisbane. Picked up a draw, a point for Paddy and the boys. But
You make top four.
yeah, I think we'll make top 6. I think we finish 5th. We've fallen behind a bit, but
Victory, Jets, Auckland.
Yeah.
I think City will scrape through.
yeah, look, it is what it is. We move.
Moving to England.
On to England.
Question. Let's just go off the cuff.
Yeah,
Now, I know you off camera quite well, Abdul.
yeah.
You're not one of those delusional fans to say you were going to win all 4. On camera, you were, obviously, for context and for videos, I get that.
Yeah.
However, you did tell me that the treble was possible.
The double's still on.
What's happened, Mr. Salam?
Look, I'd be lying to you if I'd say I wasn't worried at this point.
Yeah, but why? Like, context, why?
You just don't go into a game. Look, I think they went into that game against Southampton thinking, "Oh, we'll get the job done."
But you
Don't
can't
have
do
to
that.
worry. Well, you can't.
It's a fucking quarter. You can't do that.
Now, blessing in disguise. Had we won, we play Man City.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known that. Like, you wouldn't have known that.
I know, but now knowing that, I'm like, let's just avoid playing them again.
Well, you're going to have to face them in the Prem.
You're gonna have to face them in a couple of weeks' time, but it is what it is.
So treble's gone. Now we're down to the double. You always play Sporting on the weekend, which we'll obviously get to with our Champions League little preview.
Yeah.
Realistically, are you going to win a trophy this year? Are you going to win a singular trophy this year?
I think we take the Prem out.
Okay.
There's
So you reckon the Prem is yours?
put it this way: we are 9 points clear
6 if
with,
they
with
win.
a game in hand. We have to lose 4 games.
No, they've got the game in hand.
Sorry, they've got the game in hand.
Yeah.
Which means that, including our game against them, we realistically have to lose 4 games for
So they
us
win.
to be out of reach.
They win the extra game, it's equal.
It's 6 points.
They beat you, just say example.
It's 3 points.
It's 3 points.
We lose another 2 games, and they're 3 points ahead. Now, realistically, do you see Arsenal losing that many games in the run home? I don't. I really don't.
Maybe you lose that 3-pointer against them.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still think we get across the line. And if we don't,
Fuck.
God help us all.
4 years in a row.
4 years in a row,
Number 2.
I might give up as an Arsenal fan at that point. But I don't want to sit here and dwell on what might happen. When it happens, it happens.
But I feel like you're going up on the Champions League. I
What is it?
feel like you're going up on the Champions League.
And not really, no.
You could get to a semi against Barca.
You beat Barca. There's a lot of, there's a lot of hype going into that. If you turn around and beat Barcelona, get yourself into a final, before you know it, you're there.
On-off game, yeah.
And, maybe we're not the best when it comes to one-off games.
But why are we starting Kepa? Why was starting Kepa? I get it's FA Cup. I get it.
Maybe it's in his contract. For all we know, it's in his contract, Tops, because he's played pretty much all of the cup games. And on the bright side, we don't have to see Kepa playing another Arsenal game ever again, effectively.
But Miles Lewis-Skelly, shell of a player. Shell of a player left back. England, they kills it under 21s. Ben White, silly decision. Martinelli, he doesn't have that yellow Brazil shirt on. He's not a player. I don't get it. Norgard was your best player.
Look, Max Dowman was our best player. The only player taking players on and getting, and that says a lot.
Norgard did well.
Norgard did well.
I am concerned.
Victor done well. But it's the simple stuff, bro. Like Kai Havertz made a run for that Gyökeres goal. And effectively from there, let's just say, whoever found him. I think it was... Who made the pass?
Could be an Oda.
Was it Odegaard? I don't know. Whoever the hell it was. Like, I think it was Hincapié.
Oh, was it?
Might have been Hincapié.
Yeah.
But it's just simple stuff, bro. Just play simple football. You'll get it across the line. None of this dibble-dabble fucking, let's beat around the bush and try to walk our way into the goal. If you need to shoot from outside the box, shoot from outside the box. Max Dowman done it many times, and he almost got a goal on 2 occasions. I'm not going to dwell on it. At the end of the day, that's one less competition to worry about the run home. That's more focus on the Prem, more focus on the Champions League. It becomes a lot more simpler. Man City have to play more games. And can they maintain it?
You're still in the Champions League, so it's equal games. It all works itself out.
But it's still an extra 2 to 3 games you have to play.
But it all works itself out.
Yeah, look, it is what it is. We move. I'm not going to sit here and lose my head over it. It is what it is. And, if we go on and win nothing this year, we've only got ourselves to blame. And it's as simple as that.
Oh, imagine that.
Look, before we shut it off, we've got the Champions League. We'll just get the predictions out of the way.
I think we're thinking, you were correct. Abdul, obviously, first thing we'll play this week and next week. So by the time you see our ugly faces, or was it beautiful faces? Beautiful faces next week. We obviously know the first leg results. So, Arsenal versus Sporting for the first game, Abdul. Do you beat the Portuguese Giants?
5-2 on aggregate.
5-2 on aggregate, Mr. Salam.
Yeah. 3-1 and then 2-1.
Okay, let's go. So that's that. Bayern Real Madrid, my pick of the tie.
4-3 Real Madrid.
Overall?
Yeah. Over the 2 legs.
I think Bayern pick them 4-3.
Real Madrid is just gonna wake up, bro.
Barca versus Atleti. 8-5 to Barca. 8-5.
5-1 Barca.
Atleti score 1 goal.
Atleti score 1 goal.
Lookman, Griezmann, Sorloth, all the brothers. 1 goal.
1 goal.
Lookman's been on fire. Anyway, we'll carry on. Last repeat of last year's quarterfinal. PSG versus Liverpool.
PSG 6-3.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think PSG will fuck them. I think
3-1. Oh, sorry. 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah. I think they're too strong.
Yeah.
I think they're too strong. And Abdul, pleasure as always. Bit of a short episode. This guy's pretty dead week in football the last 2-3 weeks. But a certain international break happened, Abdul. And before we go, I think it would be wrong to ignore the major feat that only Italy could achieve, Abdul. How the fuck does the 4-time reigning World Cup champions not qualify for 1, for 2, but for 3 World Cups in a row? If you were born in 2014, you will not see Italy possibly playing a World Cup 16 years later. You'll be 16 by 2030. How does that work? How?
I'm going to be the devil's advocate
Here
here.
we go.
I think the World Cup qualification system is broken.
Okay, we'll end it there.
Listen,
I don't give a fuck if it's broken, if it's not.
I'm sorry, but
If it's broken or not, they did not qualify 3 years. Sweden, North Macedonia, and fucking Bosnia. That's on them. That is on them.
No, you're not wrong
I'm
in
not
that
wrong.
sense.
Of
You're not
course I'm
wrong.
not.
They should be qualifying as a
Thank
nation.
you. End of story.
But it also shouldn't be that hard in terms of you've got a certain select of teams that obviously make it through the qualification. But the European qualification is 10 times harder than for an Asian or an African side
It's
to
unique.
qualify.
It's unique, but at the end of the day, that's it. But on the other hand, you could play devil's advocate. Sweden didn't win a game in qualifying.
But I'm telling you, it's broken.
You could play on the other hand. I agree, But at the end of the day, Abdul, you can only verse what's in front of you.
Correct.
And the cards that they got dealt is what they got dealt. And out of all the playoffs, Poland would have been a harder match.
Yeah.
Sweden would have been a harder match. Denmark would have been a harder match. Czech would have been a harder match. Wales would have been a harder match.
Yeah, but Bosnia in front of the Bosnian fans. Yeah.
Then Northern Ireland. Don't forget, they had to be Northern Ireland first.
Correct.
And they did. All of those oppositions that I just listed, and we're forgetting Turkey, fuck me, would have been harder than Northern Ireland and Bosnia. And they couldn't do it. That's on them. And that's embarrassing.
I'll ask you a question.
Sure.
If Turkey were in the Asian qualifiers,
they will blitz the whole thing.
they'd blitz the whole thing.
Actually, no, Japan will beat them.
No, but they'd make it through within the first attempt.
Abdul, you can't fucking play hypotheticals. They're in what they're in, and they didn't.
I'm not an Italian fan. I'm not sitting here defending them, but I'm telling you, for all that they've done wrong, I can't defend the qualification system. For even on an Australia point of view, like we have to go through ring upon ring upon ring of Asian countries just to get to the end there. I think it should be based off ranking.
Yeah, but then you look at the ranking. How the fuck are Belgium ninth?
They do well in the friendlies and the nation leagues. They do.
Brother, they scraped through. They fucking drew. So I'm not even sure. I think it was Ecuador.
Yeah, but you look at their previous sort of golden generation.
But that Coca-Cola World Cup ranking system is a different thing.
Yeah, but their golden generation carried them through that ranking.
I'm sorry, 2018 rankings where they finish fourth in the World Cup, sorry, third, should not be anywhere fucking near 2026 rankings. I'm sorry.
No, look, it is what it is. We move, but
we move. You know what
anyway,
I'm telling you.
Up to Bosnia.
Abdul, pleasure as always.
Ciao.
I look forward to see you next week. And we are from Bosnia. Take me to America.
Bye.
I really want to see Statue of Liberty. I can no longer wait. Take me to United States. Abdul will.